Now on Monday, September 13th, we're going to be holding the OHDSI Reproducibility Challenge. I'm really excited about this event. George and Anna and I have been trying to think about exactly how to structure this, but I'm going to give you a very broad strokes of our current thinking about this. So a paper comes out, a tremendously good paper like Yasser's, and you read it and you're like, wow, this is a great study. It is well written, it's transparent, it has nice supplemental materials, it provides a compelling clinical finding, which if it's true, would directly impact clinical care. So then the question is, well, what's the next step? And several of you have read the book of OHDSI. You know that we talk a lot about how do we get evidence quality to be the point that we consider it to be reliable. And you've heard me rant about that. One of the key tenets of reliable evidence is reproducibility. Simply the ability for an independent researcher to take a study, execute on identical data with identical methods, and get identical answers. And reproducibility is like a core tenet you all learned in like high school chemistry class or whatever. But as in our field, this is something that we sometimes fall short of. Mitch Conover and I have been actually working very closely with Yasser over the last several weeks to learn about how to do reproducibility analyses using Yasser's paper as a motivation. And it stimulated us to think about how could we as a community learn to be more reproducible as a community. And so this workshop is actually going to be a large-scale research experiment that we're going to conduct. The basic task is going to be the following. Given a publication from Yasser, which I'm already telling you, really well done, really transparent, really well written, given a description that's only in a manuscript, and Yasser will be there, but he's not going to give you any hints about this, given just a paper, to what extent can you reproduce it? To what extent can you build a cohort that actually finds the exposure population of interest, that defines the outcomes in a consistent manner to the original author's intent? Now, there's been a bunch of research like this in the field. Shirley Wang has led this effort called the REPEAT Initiative out of Harvard that's tried to think about how to reproduce studies. But what's never been done to our knowledge is having multiple independent research groups given the same exact task with the same exact data and the same guidance and the same inputs using the same tools, and to see how similar or different people's journeys towards creating cohorts for exposures and outcomes may be. And so for this exercise, we are inviting people to join as workshop collaborators. These are individuals who will join and actually participate in reading the paper, implementing the cohorts in Atlas, and evaluating the results. And we intend to summarize our findings of this workshop through presentation and publications. And so we are looking for folks that actually want to dive in and participate in this reproducibility activity with us. For those of you who might be a little bit intimidated about trying to go off and conduct a study today, we're also going to create an opportunity for those to be workshop observers who can basically just watch the proceedings as they take place and just learn from benefiting from seeing all the different perspectives that people take towards this task.